All right, here we go.
$1 billion is considered extremely rich to the average Donut SMP player. But can the average player get $1 billion by playing all completely solo? Well, in this series, that's exactly what we try and find out. From finding insane money-making methods to building insanely huge farms that produce us millions an hour, this is episode 5 of how I'll be going from 500 mil all the way up to $1 billion.
So yeah, I already watched part 0, or from when I watched all this. This is part 5. I watched from $0 to $500 million, and that took him a long time to make those 4 episodes up to that amount of money. And then this is episode 5. It has been 4 months since he recorded the first episode. Or no, 5. It's been 5. How many months did I just say? It's been 4 or 5 months. So it took him 5 months to make this amount of money. That is insane.
Dollars from the Donut SMP. Alright, so my mic was actually turned off in these first few clips, but when I had TP to my bamboo base I had built towards the end of the last video, for some reason there was these weird holes everywhere. So I had figured that someone had found it, so I didn't really want to build anything else here. I knew that getting to $1 billion was going to be really hard, so I'd have to build whatever the meta farm was at the time. And right now it's kelp. So I went ahead and bought an amethyst pickaxe and started expanding my area.
Wait, so he found those random tunnels in his base and he's still adding more things to it? Yo, if I was him, I would move out.
Digging out the area, I kept adding more flooring, and I went ahead and broke down this, weird kelp smelter thing. I don't even know what this is, but this is something I built in the last
That's storage.
video. I also went ahead and ordered, 10 mil worth of bones for my kelp farm, and after selling my amethyst pickaxe, I went ahead and started working on the kelp farm. Now, if you're wondering what design this is, I think this was called the IKEA V1 by Mushcat. Now, after I was fully done building the farm, I went ahead and ordered some bone blocks, because for some reason, you can't use bones in this farm. After the farm was completely finished, I went ahead and wired it up to a shulker loader, and now all we do is AFK.
Okay, so...
Alright, I've been
So what is this? It's a kelp farm?
AFKing for a decent while now.
Looks like... Is that a smelter? No,
And it
that's a shulker
looks
loader.
like... Okay, that is
Okay, he's not even doing a smelter. He's just doing only kelp.
actually a decent amount of kelp. So far, we've made 11 million, which is pretty good, I guess. Yeah, 1 mil. Now, it turns out the farm actually does work with bones as well. It's just not as efficient. Alright, I'm done AFKing. I also dumped all the bones into the autocrafter as I was off camera, I think. So I don't think... Yeah, we don't have any bone orders at all. Alright, nice. Looks like we're above 500 mil. I also spent a lot of money on farm materials and stuff, so that's good. Where did you come from? This dude...
Oh my... Okay, now some random guy found his base. No way, bro. He should not have built that when there were tunnels in his wall.
He's just at my base. What? Long story short, I basically just talked to this guy in signs a bunch, and he was German, so I didn't really understand a whole lot of what he was saying. But he also ended up taking my skellies, which kind of sucked, so now we gotta
Oh my... Wait, how many skeleton spawners did he have?
go build a new base. I also went ahead and went out and made a new base, and just built this one little smelter thing. I wasn't recording, so sorry about that, but it was really small, and this is all I have right now. So
Okay, so he made a new base and he built a kelp smelter.
basically, how this works is I order kelp and I just dump it into it, and it uses some of the kelp that it already has to re-smelt it basically, and I just get the leftover profit kelp. I also bought an amethyst
really
pickaxe
good.
and started digging out my area a little more because I want to build more of these kelp things. Okay, I just did the calculations. I think this thing should be realistically making around 1.8 if not 2x our profit. So say we put 100 mil worth of kelp in here, it should give us 200 mil out. Alright, well there's not really a whole lot I can do right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and AFK, and I'll come back later, and hopefully this made a decent amount of kelp. Alright guys, I've been AFKing for a pretty decent amount of time. You can see I gained a lot of shards as well. Yeah, 1 mil, pretty good. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to extend the area this way, and I already had plotted out where I'm going to build the next modules at. I'm going to build 2 more of these, and I'm also going to tear this top portion down and add chest right here, so we can have a way bigger storage basically. Now, as I was working on the new storage for this, I went ahead and ordered $4 million worth of crafters because someone in my comments said by reselling crafters you can make a lot of money, so we're going to give this a try. I also went ahead and bought 4 skeleton spawners and continued working on the farm. I also went ahead and ordered a ton of kelp and was getting
Look at his playtime, 59 days.
ready to dump into the farm. Bunch of building later, and we had 4 modules now. I was also reselling some random stuff, so if you see here in the chat, it says I was selling some hoppers, and I was also selling the crafters that I had ordered. Alright, so we built all 4 of the kelp modules,
And he built 4 of these things. Nice.
and now all I gotta do is wait for people to order me kelp, and I'm gonna go ahead and AFK overnight. We got some stuff on our auction, and hopefully we'll be back up to 500 mil by tomorrow. Alright, I'm back from AFKing overnight. How many... Okay, 2 double chests. That's not too bad, but it's not the greatest. All the kelp obviously didn't smelt. There's still a bunch
way. Overnight, he only got 2 double chests of kelp? That's gonna be like nothing.
smelting, I think, in these chests. Yeah, there's still a ton. All right, there we go. We're back up to 470 million, which is good. After ordering the kelp, I also went ahead and dumped some of it back into the extra smelter thing so we can get more kelp. I was also still getting these auto crafters from my orders and reselling them. Basically, all I did in this clip was sell some of the kelp and did a little bit of reselling to try to get back up to 500 million so we weren't below it. Our money back. Alright, I've been AFKing overnight. All of my crafters sold on auction, and we actually made a decent amount of money from this. It's a pretty good strategy. I'm gonna order a decent amount of crafters because that actually resold like pretty well, so let's go ahead and get some more of those. I'm not gonna order any more kelp right now. That would probably be the best decision, but I'm not going to do that yet because I want to actually make sure I'm making profit before I just start dumping more money into this thing. By the way, if you see my money going up and down a bunch, it's basically from ordering kelp and reselling kelp. So basically, I'm just selling a bunch of crafters. And the reason I'm not making a lot of money from my kelp right now, as you can see I'm still under 500 mil, is it takes a long time to start making profit. So really soon, we should start 1.5 to almost 2xing our money. This thing that makes probably about like 4 or 5 million an hour, but you also have to order the kelp, so that factors in as well. This isn't really going to get us to a bill. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, I've not been paying attention. I thought this series ended like 3 months ago. He's still going to 1 bill. Yes, bro, it took him 4 months. And I was done watching the series, but just because there could be people who are watching this like way after it happened, I gotta finish this last episode and see if he can get to $1 billion.
It's just not good enough. And everybody says kelp farms are so good, go build a kelp farm. Well, what if you made a kelp farm, but you didn't use bone meal? It's kind of like a bamboo farm, you know? By the way, the reason we got back up to 500 million is a ton of our crafters sold on the AH, which are worth a ton of money, actually. And it was mainly just selling the kelp. But I wanted to try this new strategy, and I always like to have more than one base in case one of them gets raided, so I was getting ready to go work on a new base. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I went ahead and started digging out some area, and yes, I know you can see my coordinates, but I never even did anything with this. I also went ahead and
So, wait, what? He dug out an area but didn't do anything with it?
ordered a crap ton of bones and decided to just start digging an area out where my base was originally. So then I could just link the kelp farm up to the smelter to make a ton of money. After digging the area out, I started working on the kelp farm, and sure enough, it was almost done. After finishing up the kelp farm,
What do you mean he did nothing with it? He just built a whole kelp farm.
I started digging more of the area out so then I can start working on the auto crafters. By the way, as I'm building this, if you see my money go down at all, it's just from buying farm materials. After the farm was just about done, I put some bones into it that I had from my order and tested it out, and it was working pretty good.
Jeez. I don't think he shows like how impressive it is that he just dug out that whole area and built that huge massive farm. That is like, that takes a lot of time.
Ordered some kelp. I also started reselling some stuff just to get some extra money. Since the farm seemed to be working good, I ordered some more bones, and just now we have to AFK. Now, as the farm was running, I also started enchanting some pickaxes just for some extra money. And then the biggest order by far is the kelp, which we ordered for like a bunch. So now we're actually making a lot of money. So we're at 510 mil, and we're finally past 500 mil. If you're seeing my money go up and down a lot, it's just from ordering and selling kelp, by the way. Since I was finally seeing profit from the kelp farm, I decided to order $41 million worth of kelp for huge profit after this. And after a bunch of AFKing, I was almost back up to 500 mil, but the thing is, I still had a crap ton of kelp left. After selling a bunch more kelp, I had over 520 million. Now this is about what we had earlier, but the thing is, I still have a bunch of kelp left in my orders, so we're starting to finally make money. Okay, so you're probably wondering where I'm at right now. I forgot to record, but basically, if you can see by my money, I paid this guy 65 million for this bamboo base.
Oh no, it's gonna get griefed right away. I know it is.
It's pretty decent. It doesn't go far back a whole lot, but yeah, as you can see, this isn't built, by the way. This is just like still being worked on. But I've been AFKing this for a while now, and we're gonna go ahead and sell the bamboo and see how much we made. I actually bought this from one of my moderators, so shout out Days. But yeah, this basically, I bought this bamboo farm, and I figured it would help me make a lot more money. But yeah, keep in mind, we did spend 65 mil on this, so while this might make a decent amount of money, we did spend a lot of money on it as well. I'm also
Are you sure this is the last episode? Still has 400 mil and the video's halfway done? Yo, I don't know how he's gonna get $1 billion. I have a feeling it's gonna be something cheesy at the end where like he sells all his bases and gets $1 billion. I hope it's not, and I don't think it will be, but I have a feeling it could be.
I'm gonna do this yet. I might also resell it if I do expand it. So yeah. But yeah, I'm about to go AFK this thing overnight, and we'll see how much money this makes overnight. So I'll see y'all then. Alright, I just want to do this as a little recording real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep selling this every once in a while. I don't want to wait too long before we do. We have been AFKing for a while. But yeah, this is all the bamboo we have. By the way, if you're wondering how big this is compared to the other bamboo farm I built previously in the series, it's about the same thing. But this was kind of a big risk for me because if the base were to get raided before I even made my money back, then I'd be at a huge loss.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at my playtime, you can see that I've been AFKing for 2 whole days straight.
2 days straight? I swear his playtime just went up by 10 days.
And this is the amount of money we made. And I also decided to do this little trick where you order a bunch of crafters and you resell them on AH and you make about double your profit. Now, something funny that happened is the guy that I bought this from had a teammate that still had a home at the base, actually. And he had ended up taking a bunch of the stuff from the shulker boxes, basically, which I could care less about. So, since he felt bad for taking the stuff from the shulker boxes, he went ahead and built a little bit more of the bamboo farm. So, thank you to whoever that guy is. And after selling this batch of bamboo, I had over 600 million now. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, he can just AFK the bamboo farm all the way up to $1 billion, it's easy. Well, yeah, that was exactly my plan. But after a crap ton of AFKing and I reached about 750 mil from this is also reselling my crafters.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. How's that 750 mil? Hold on. I've been thinking about other stuff.
Okay, the bamboo farm all the way up to $1 billion.
Hold on, what?
More of the bamboo farm. So thank you to whoever that guy is. And after selling this batch of bamboo, I had over 600 million.
So he's making his money from bamboo now. Okay, I thought bamboo was like not even good.
Now you're probably wondering, oh, he can just AFK the bamboo farm all the way up to $1 billion, it's easy. Well, yeah, that was exactly my plan. But after a crap ton of AFKing and I reached about 750 mil from this is also reselling my crafters, something bad happened. By the way, if you made it this far into the video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. It would help me out
everybody subscribe to Villager King, bro.
A lot. After getting about another 30 mil from my bamboo farm and placing a big order for auto crafters, I found some random dude just sitting at my base.
Bro, you know how like funny this is? The reason this is so funny is because this guy probably found the base and probably thought like it was abandoned from like months ago, but clearly it's not. That's hilarious.
So obviously I decided to kill him to see if he had anything, and he had a pickaxe which I sold for about 250k. So I guess that's that. All right, everyone. So as y'all know, the bamboo base got found, and I have no real way of making money right now. You can see my bow is up a lot. And that is because I sold literally all the auto crafters. I mean, this is ridiculous. You can see all the auction transactions here. Alright, so we just made a decent amount of money from that, but we're still like 150 mil away, and I don't have any bases, I don't think. Matter of fact, we still have a bunch of crafters in here. Let me sell these. Alright, that's every skeleton spawner we can buy, and that's actually a stack and 8, which is really good. After a little bit of thinking about what I was gonna do, I decided to try to TP some streamers to my base to see if I could get some money.
Alright, bro, I guess I'm going this guy.
Yes, he accepted. This is my bamboo base.
Are you the fake? Oh, you're fake? The guy who did the 0 to $1 billion?
No, that's not me.
That guy's name's Villager King, but I don't...
Yeah, his IGN's Villager King, not Sushi Dog. So, but,
Yo, this sounds exactly like you.
No, it does not.
Alright, my bad.
Dang, random Donut SMP players know Villager King. That's fire.
What do you want?
I was wondering if I could get some money for my base. Now the next guy,
you got 2 mil?
TP,
Okay.
I actually sold all my skelly stew for 1.4 mil each, and I was getting a lot closer to $1 billion after this. The next streamer I got also gave me $1 million. By the way, this isn't taking out handouts. Anybody can do this. Just pull up YouTube and just TP people to your base and they'll give you money. The last thing I did to get really close to $1 billion was sell this guy my base for 50 million. That makes 5 million an hour.
He sold his base too. I feel like the only reason he was able to sell his base was because he is Villager King.
So I feel like this is more than fair. Now that I was only $2 million away from my final goal of 1 billion, I started reselling anything I possibly could. And eventually, I finally got it. Yeah.
Wow. It seemed like this was actually such a big struggle. Look how much his playtime went up. I think he didn't show how big of a struggle this was.
Yes, sir. 1 billion. That was a crazy freaking series, bro. I want to give a special thanks
months.
to Dr. Donut for watching my videos. That really means a lot to me. And Challenge overall just completely skyrocketed my channel from about 5k subs.
W, bro, at least no faking or anything. W legit series. I know. I swear that's rare to find nowadays.
Like over 20,000 now, which is crazy. And I just want to tell y'all how thankful I am for this. So thank you for everything, guys. I really appreciate this. This is awesome.
Thank you for making the videos, if you're listening, Villager King, thank you for making the videos, bro. I mean, everyone loved to see it. It did well on my channel when I watched it. It does well on your channel. The videos are good, and that's why they watched. And people probably now like to watch you.
A lot to me.
Not just
I'll see y'all in the next video.
W, bro. It was a good run. Holy, that took so long.